How would you describe yourself politically, if you would, Aaron?
Traditionally left-wing.
So,
and the meaning of that has changed in recent years,
right,
because now to be left-wing, you have to side with neocons to support proxy wars like in Ukraine. But
which is weird.
yes, exactly.
Doesn't make sense.
Where I come from,
full circle, they say.
Yeah, exactly. So I'd say traditionally left-wing.
So that's why I think it's interesting because, based on your political views, where you are people calling you right-wing? Have they been calling you right-wing for some time?
Yeah, ever since I started opposing Russiagate, which I thought was the dumbest thing of all time. And it speaks to this issue we're talking about, this desperate effort to get Trump and also undermine any diplomacy between the U.S. and Russia by calling him a Russian asset and all the conspiracy theories that came with that. Ever since I started questioning that, I was called right-wing. I was called an apologist for Trump, even though as a side, even if I didn't care about facts and being a journalist, which is when you're a journalist, you're supposed to follow the facts no matter where they lead for partisan purposes. Putting that aside, from a political point of view, I was also against it because I thought it was a big gift to Trump. Because what's a bigger gift to Trump than trying to oppose him from the sole point of view, and this really was the obsession, of him being a Russian asset, like putting all your eggs into the basket of a crazy conspiracy theory. I thought it was a big gift to him and the Republicans. And so because I was opposed to that, I was accused of supporting Trump.
And then you were critical of war in Ukraine.
And then I was, because one of the reasons why I hated Russiagate was because it also promoted this neocon narrative that we should not have diplomacy with Russia, that Russia is responsible for all of our problems. And it's a good thing to fight the war in Ukraine rather than resolve it with the peace accords that were on the table. That's what Trump's first impeachment was about. People forget this. He was impeached for briefly pausing some weapons to Ukraine while allegedly pressuring Ukraine to investigate the Bidens. And by the way, the case, if you looked at it, never had any actual evidence. Trump did make some dumb comments in a phone call to Zelensky, but the fundamental charge against Trump, that he was like leveraging U.S. weapons to blackmail Zelensky, there was never actually any evidence for it. But what it did do was promote this Cold War narrative that we should be fighting this war with Russia. Adam Schiff on the House floor, when he was leading the impeachment, said that we aid Ukraine so that we can fight Russia over there. We don't have to fight Russia here. And I remember thinking, is this what being a left-winger is now? We have to support fighting a proxy war with Russia? And look where it got us. It got us into this all-out hot war over the last few years. So it's one of many reasons why I thought Russiagate was a huge scam and a big danger.
And it's weird how all of these, like, I don't know how to describe it, these weird authoritarian things align with what is described as the left today. And if you are somebody who holds left economic views but criticizes the war machine or like Adam Schiff's statements and how they've gone after Trump, you are now right-wing, you are far right. They'll call you far right for simply being like, well, Trump didn't do that. We got you.
Yeah, they'll call you a Russian asset, and they will look the other way or cheer on people being censored in the name of cracking down on so-called disinformation. So look at, for example, the reporting on the Hunter Biden laptop before the election. They rolled out the Russiagate playbook because some embarrassing emails from Hunter Biden's laptop emerged. And rather than let people look at the contents of the laptop and make up their own minds, they censored it in the name of fighting Russia, which is, of course, another complete scam. So that entrenched that playbook. But I don't think it's exclusive to the left. Now, because of this conflict in Gaza, you're seeing plenty of Republican politicians calling for censoring voices that support Palestinian rights. You're seeing people called anti-Semites unfairly. You're seeing college groups being shut down, like at Columbia, two groups just got shut down for their Palestinian advocacy. So I do think on both sides you have this. Certainly during the Russiagate era, it was happening a lot on the liberal side, and people like me were the target of it.